Hi, I'm Justin Jensen, and welcome to my channel. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and may fall again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. Teddy Roosevelt. Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is October 16th, 2022. I'm going to slow chat here for 1 second. Just give me a couple seconds and I will fix that for you. There we go. Should be changed. So yesterday, ICU and I sat down and talked to Cody, who is the ex of Leilani. Cody and Leilani, those two have been together on and off longer than any other man that Leilani has ever been with. So, hold on 1 second. Sorry, my dog was into something. So yes, Cody and Leilani, out of all the relationships that Leilani has ever been with, it's been Justin payment went through, but membership says inactive. I don't know, Tay. I'll look at that. So yes, they've been, they get together, they break up, they get together, they break up, and it's just kind of been a continuous continuum for several years. Now, they have still remained friends throughout. They have a child together, and that would be Zayne. So, yes, so that is who we are going to be playing the interview with today. This interview took place yesterday. He was really under the weather, but he champed through, and he kind of had some times where I don't think he could hear us. His service was kind of bad, but nonetheless, we got through it. And it's about 45-minute interview, and we will be playing that shortly. So it's great to see everyone. It is a rainy, cold day here in Virginia. Winter is on its way. I hate it, but it is what it is. Can't do nothing about it, so we gotta just enjoy it as much as we can. After this live, I will be just dropping the interview as in a full video. Okay. Boop, boop, be-doo. All right, so let's get it started. Hello, Cody. How are you doing?
Hey, Cody.
I'm doing. Hey, I'm doing all right.
Okay. Well, Cody, we wanted to thank you for so much for joining us. And we are sorry what you and your family and everyone's going through right now. How's Zane doing?
He's good. The third day, I want to say 2 days ago,
Hmm.
uh, he he got picked up by defects and he's in state custody and protective custody.
Right, right.
Okay.
So, um, you're trying to get, I'm sure, Zane back, correct?
Yeah, it's a little bit harder since I'm out of state, but
Right, sure.
uh, they're gonna try giving Zay to my dad for the time being until I'm approved
Okay,
for everything.
Oh,
okay.
is that
So
so?
So I asked him if he was going to try to get Zane back, and he said um, that he's going to try to get him with his dad until he's approved. I don't know specifically what that means, but he will go in a little bit talking about has he ever had Zane in the future. We don't know. We just know, Southern Grammy, that the kids are in I guess, a foster home. And according to Cody, he says protective custody. So,
Oh, is Zane with your dad
the
right
what?
now? Is Zane with your dad right
No,
now?
he's he's in at the defects has him somewhere.
so
Okay. All
he's
right.
Uh,
in. Yeah.
say what?
No, I was just telling her that he's in. You call it, what do you call it down there? D what?
Defects, which is
Defect.
just child protective service.
Right, right. Just another. Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So,
How
their
how
version
do
of
you
CPS. Know, like, how did you meet Leilani, and um, how did you meet her? We'll start off with that, I guess.
uh I moved up, so I used to live in Florida. I was down there for a while, and
Oh, I think we lost him for a second.
I think so too.
His connection kind of goes in and out, but it'll come back.
no man.
Okay, there you are. You broke up. So you was down. The last thing we heard, you were down in Florida.
Yeah, I was down in Florida. I used to live down there.
Hmm.
In like 2011, 2012, I moved up to Georgia, and she used to stay in the same trailer park as me, so that's how I kind of met her.
Gotcha. Now, was she living on her own then?
No, she was still young. She was, I think, like 12 at the time, and I was 15.
Okay. Crap. Sorry, I'm muted. Um, so Cody and Leilani have known each other since she was 12, he was 15. They kind of dated starting out very young, and uh, kept dating on and off throughout the years, but they still remained friends for the most part. They did have some rocky times where they didn't speak, but overall, um, they've kind of always been in contact. So
14 or
okay,
15.
gotcha. Okay. Um, and how long did you two date for?
It's been off and on
Hold on, I'll go
since
back for a second.
the
Okay, so
14 or
okay,
15.
gotcha. Okay. Um, and how long did you two date for?
Oh, well, it's been off and on since the time really I met her for like the whole like 9, 10 years. We've been off and on. So I mean,
Right.
it was one of
How
those
would
things.
you how would you describe Leilani? Like what kind of person is she?
She she has her moments. Like she has her moments. Like she's all nice.
Mm-hmm.
She has moments like she just don't want to really like be talked to or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, but overall, she's a nice person, but she does have her moments.
Mm-hmm.
When you say moments, is that like just like depressed moments, or like is she manic?
I could
Does she rage, or does she cry, or a little bit of everything?
like I don't know, like it's kind of one of those things. Like in a sense, she's more or less just kind of escaping for a little while. Whenever things get too much for her, she just likes to go somewhere, just
Mm-hmm. Forget about things.
just let everything just calm down. But when she can't, I mean, it makes it harder for her. I mean, anything could happen. Cry, she could get depressed. I mean, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Were you surprised whenever all of this happened? I mean, could you ever picture?
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, I was, because even now, like I still want to say that she didn't do it, but I don't know if it's because I've known
You
her for
just
so long and nothing just didn't add up whenever I heard her name, and I'm still trying to process everything. Don't get me wrong, but
sure,
it just
sure.
Mhm.
didn't seem right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, I mean, did she ever, do you know if she ever had like any uh mental health trouble or depression, or like was she ever, do you know if she was ever like diagnosed from your
Um,
point, did she ever have any problems?
she she went back. She went to go get, like, in a sense, examined,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, and they said that she had PTA,
You broke up there, but I think you said PTSD.
PTSD, and I want to say depression too, but I don't want to like
Mm-hmm.
quote that.
Mm-hmm.
What was the PTSD from? I mean, or do you know? Do you know?
I do not know on that part.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She was raised with her. Who did she stay with until she was 9? Do you remember? I see you.
Um,
That
her
was Jackie.
aunt.
That was
Jackie, you
Jackie.
said. Okay. And
Yeah,
who's Jackie?
that's her aunt.
That's her aunt. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, hey guys, I need you guys to hit the thumbs up button, please. Come on. We need to get this out there for everyone to know who Quentin is. We have 1,100 in chat and 260 likes. So I would really, really appreciate it if you guys could just hit the thumbs up. Takes 2 seconds. It's free, and we need to never forget little Quentin, and we need to find this little boy justice. Thank you, my love, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So she stayed with her until she was 9. Was it because, Billy Joe, was she like wild then? Was that her, kind of using
I
substances
mean,
and stuff?
I'm not sure why,
Hmm.
but uh, well, coming out sick, I think.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was pretty cold last night, and I was outside.
Mm, yeah, it's that
Um,
time of year.
but I'm not sure why she had her until 9. I know her mama said that she was fighting for him or something. So I'm not sure if it just took a while or whatnot
Hmm.
with that. But that's
Mm-hmm.
what I was told. Like whenever I was younger.
Okay.
Okay.
I see you. Got anything else?
Well, let's see. Yeah, I do. When's the last time you spoke with Leilani? Is that how you say her name?
Uh, it's Leilani.
Leilani.
Okay. Hmm.
But last time I spoke with her, it was on the 29th of last month.
Okay.
So I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah,
A
something like
little
that.
over 2 weeks. And did she? I mean, she sounded. She was sounded fine then. Nothing out of
Yeah,
the ordinary.
she was talking about that she was saving up money for a place that she was getting excited for, and she's been going around looking at places and everything. She acted like everything was fine, and then when this happened, it kind of caught me off guard. Honestly, like she seemed like she had her head on her shoulders. She was doing good for herself.
Hmm.
I'm just
Did she say about
used to
anything
her.
about trying to get kicked out of her mom's place or anything like that?
Yeah, she told me something happened. Her and her mom got in a fight or something
Hmm.
like that, and cops was called, and that's why the eviction notice was served or something like that.
Right. Do you know the guy she's dating now?
I do not. I met him one time over the phone, and that was it.
Okay. Okay. Have any problems with the kids or any worries that she made apparent?
I mean, I she's a good parent.
Hmm.
I'll give her that. But ever since, in a sense, she got on drugs and everything, I
Hmm.
question everything now.
Uh, Her mom says that she lied a lot. It was hard to believe her once she got on drugs. Do you know what her drug of choice was, allegedly?
Cocaine.
So that just demonetized my video. um, but going, so Leilani is 22 years old. Her drug of choice is cocaine. Now, cocaine is probably the most ex- is the most expensive drug that you could ever imagine. Um, and for Leilani to not work much, I mean, she did have a job for a while there, but it wasn't a good paying job, right? So what she made in a week is something she could blow in probably a night, as far as money, right? So no, say no more. You almost, you're not. And so, that kind of puts thing into perspective. You can't be, you can't work and have, multiple kids in a minimum wage job and, be a good mother. You just can't. um so, maybe she had some good times, being a mother, but it's really about being a parent 24/7 is what it's about. It's not about, Disneyland parents, what, or just at certain times. It's literally 24/7. Really?
Mm.
Wow.
Like,
Cocaine.
how did she use it?
That I don't know, because whenever she was on it, I was out of state,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. um okay, do you know how long she's kind of been using?
Uh, I do not, but I do know from what I heard, it's been 2 years at least. Because I know someone and they witnessed it for 2 years. So
Got it. Okay. Okay. And I know she had kind of, I see you, had she been in jail in the last 2 years?
Um, I heard
in the
somebody
last
say
two
something
years,
about shoplifting,
Yeah.
but I don't see anything in the court records about that.
Hmm.
Not that I can remember right off the top of my head, anyway.
was shoplifting because she was in Hinesville, Georgia. She was
Oh, it
staying
was
with me at
Hans.
the time.
Okay.
Hmm. So whenever,
Like recently?
I can't remember what year it was, but it was probably in 2018. I want to
Mhm.
say.
So it's been a few
Oh,
years.
okay.
Okay.
All
Okay. Go ahead, I see you.
right. Let's see. What's this? Do you know what she was on probation for? What she's currently on probation for?
Currently on.
Uh-huh.
Mm, that is honestly a good question. She
even coming from Billy Joe, Leilani has lied tremendously. Billy Joe even says you can't believe a word that comes out of her mouth when she is in the addiction. So, I mean, a lot of it I think has to do with DRUGS, but it's you just can't be a parent and do these kind of things. You got to grow up. I mean, she's 22, and Cody says she's been doing it for at least the last 2 years. So she's been doing it since at least 20, and I would say, in my opinion, probably even before that. Because as we see on the reports that have just came out, I will pull those up shortly. Some of these kids, the babies were addicted when they were born.
Something happened in Waynesboro, Georgia, whenever she was up there. And I'm not sure if that's why she's on probation or if it was something that happened before or after that or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um,
Let's see. Do you know where she is now?
From what I'm told, she's still in Savannah, but that's just I haven't heard nothing in like the past few days. So I mean, she could be out of Savannah by now, but I mean, ain't no telling where she's at right now.
do
A
you
few
know?
days
Do you
ago,
know?
she was in Savannah. I know.
Sure. Do you know her friend that she is with, like the girlfriend of hers?
I I do not. She looks familiar, so I must have seen her somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Okay.
can't pinpoint it.
Okay. Um, what else do we have?
Has
So crap, the short and long term effects of Coca-Cola, feeling of euphoria, increased energy, increased alertness, reduced need to sleep or eat, talkativeness, abdominal pain, anxiety, dizziness, increased blood pressure, body temperature and heart rate, increased sensitivity to sound, sight, and touch, irritability, nausea, paranoia, restlessness, tremors, violent behavior. So we have to remember that. Is this part of the factor of why little Quentin is no longer with us? I would have to say yes.
she ever been in any type of like rehab? Has she ever tried rehab before?
Can you say that one more time?
Has she ever been in rehab? Has she ever got help for like the drug problem?
Oh my. Oh, it's sorry. Can you say that one more time? I had to move closer to the house.
Has she ever received help or like tried to get help for the drug problem?
Um, as far as I know, no. But we did go without talking for a while there.
Right.
Gotcha. Who does she know that lives in that trailer park that we keep hearing about?
Do what?
there's a trailer park that we keep hearing about. Are you familiar with that trailer park?
I know, but I have been a lot of places in Savannah, so I
Hmm.
might have been there, but there ain't no telling.
Right. I think some of it's close to where her family members live. Isn't that correct? I see
Yeah,
you.
Azalea Trailer Park, Mobile Home Park, something like that.
This is the trailer park that the dumpster is believed to be. Um, this is very close to where Leilani's family lives, and this is right where Leilani's friend lives, who picked her up in that truck.
Look it up real
yeah,
quick.
that's not that far from one of her family members or the house that she lives in.
Right. Correct.
That's on I think it's 440 no 477 Okichi Road.
Correct. Hmm.
That's
Do you
right.
know? I mean, who does she know that lives there? Anybody?
Can you say it one more time?
Does
Who does
she
she,
know somebody that lives there?
uh I do not know. Uh she does have ha, well, let's put it this way, had a lot of friends,
Hmm.
so I'm not sure who she knows now, but
Right.
she took me to a lot of places, meeting friends and everything,
Hmm.
and I'm not sure if
Uh-huh.
that's one of the locations.
Hmm. I wasn't sure. I mean, I wasn't sure if that's where she, scored some of her drugs, or she had family there, or whatever.
I'll, I'll say, I say this: there
I'm
ain't
sorry. I
no,
know you're under the weather right now. Sorry.
yeah. Uh, I'll say that there ain't no family out there, so it's either friends or something.
Hmm.
Okay.
Got it.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's see what else I got here.
How did you find out Quentin was missing?
Um, it's actually kind of weird story on that one. Uh, I actually
Okay.
woke up. I felt like I was about to throw up and everything. I don't know, like just something didn't feel right.
Mm.
So I get out to the kitchen. I'm, trying to. Maybe I'm just, I'm hungry or something. Maybe so I tried to eat and
Hmm.
everything. I still felt like that. And then someone told me that is this your baby mama's kid? And I was like, yeah, why? And that's how I found out. They told me then that he was missing and everything, and I was like, what?
Uh, yeah. Um, let's see. It's very shocking, he's such a beautiful, perfect little boy, and for this to happen to him is just, crazy. Did she, I mean, did she ever, like, was she ever abusive or anything when she would go through withdrawals? Or I'm a recovering addict, right? I've been clean 10 years. So, like, whenever she was coming down off of something, or, you know, could she be violent, or could she ever be violent? Did you ever see her fight or be aggressive?
Uh, I've never seen her fight. I mean, to me, she was never to be made the aggressive type, unless like she was forced to, as in like defending herself.
Mm, okay.
So like whenever they told me about it, I was like, well, she didn't do it. Like it just didn't make sense at the time that, oh, she didn't do it. Like there was no doubt in my mind that she didn't do it, and everything's just turning around. And I'm like, what happened to her? I'm confused.
Sure. Okay. Um,
I
what
mean,
was her? Go ahead. Go ahead. I see.
has she ever like threatened the kids around you? Or has anybody ever told you that she's threatened the kids?
uh, Not that I can remember, but I mean, I've been told different.
Now, this is one of the very interesting parts of the interview. He said, uh, not that he has seen, but he has been told different, meaning threatening the kids. Um, he says that he has some screenshots that he is supposed to be sending me, I believe. Um, and it just makes you wonder, you know, in my opinion, she was abusive to these kids. Um, I understand kids can be bruised from falling, playing or whatever. But the way that some of these photos are, it's to me, these are not fall bruises or anything like that. Just my opinion, but I do believe she would get enraged, maybe even, others in the home. I don't know. But uh, in my opinion, definitely Leilani.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah. What was her relationship with her mom?
I mean, they're they've had some rough patches, but I mean they'll close.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Going back to that, you said you've been told different. Um, can you share what you've been told? Like, that was there something? Excuse me. Was there something that kind of shocked you that you heard?
Uh, I would have to go find the messages. I'm not sure exactly like what was said. I can't
Hmm.
remember, but I knew someone texted me saying that she threatened my son and sent me a screenshot. So I'll have to go find the messages.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait.
I'm here for it, Nancy. I love you. I see you. Yeah, I mean, if you can find those and you're willing to share those, that would be good. Um, so I mean, is there anything that you want to share that we haven't asked you that um, all about this? And would you feel, let's say Leilani was cleared, would you feel comfortable with your son going back in her care if she was cleared?
At this point, I'm not sure. Uh, I'm still stuck on the mind frame that my son would be safer with me right now.
That says a lot. That says a lot, in my opinion. We asked him, let's say Leilani was cleared, which obviously In my opinion, not a chance in hell. But let's say she was cleared. Would you feel comfortable with Zayne going back in her care? And he says no. So I think that says a lot. And that shows that, regardless of how Cody parents, we don't know. Um, but even he, as a father, says that he would not like that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's a safe assumption.
if if she did, and it comes out that she didn't do it, in my in my head right now, probably still say Zane will be a lot safer with me.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, did she ever like? We've heard that she would treat Quentin different than Zane and the little girl. Have you ever witnessed that?
Yes.
Has anybody
Uh,
really? Why?
I have never, but I've heard.
Mm.
I've I've heard different. Just small scenarios. Like nothing real major that would make me think that she would do something like this.
Hmm.
But she she's grown a bond with Zane because I I in a sense made her struggle with him a little bit,
Hmm.
build a little bit more character, type type of thing.
Now, to be honest with you, to me, this is a weird thing that he said. He said he made her struggle with Zane to build a little bit more character type of thing. I don't understand that really whatsoever. I don't know if he's saying that he gave her a hard time or what, but he goes on, and this is not the only person that has ever said um, that Leilani favored. It's really weird to say. Leilani favored a kid over another, and she apparently, from several accounts, say that Leilani favored Zane over, her firstborn over the other kids. Hmm.
And she's grown a close bond with him. And if
Okay.
anyone knows her good enough, she's always wanted a boy. All right. If anyone knows her good enough, she's always wanted a boy and a girl.
Hmm.
And so I'm not sure what the bond was with Quentin, but I know it wasn't as strong.
Hmm.
Did she have a relationship with Quentin's father?
That I'm not sure of. I know whenever she was pregnant, they was talking here and there, and that's
Hmm.
really all I could say on that. I'm not sure how it was once she had the kid that much or anything like that after.
Hmm.
Well, was the dad there for the birth?
No, I was.
He was.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, very good.
That's awesome. Um.
I tried. I tried.
So he was there for the births of at least two, two out of three, at least. So, I mean, that says something, good about his character at least. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
If
I mean, I'm
you
undecisive.
knowing Leilani probably better than any other male that she has been with, because y'all have been together, you know, more on and
Yeah.
off than probably all of the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
If you can think of something in your head, something that would make her snap, something that would make her pissed off in some way, like, can you think of what would drive her over the edge to do something like this?
That I don't know. She, she's one of those people that, in a sense, keeps her life to herself,
Mm-hmm.
unless like it gets extremely overwhelming, and then she'll talk to like someone close to her.
Mm-hmm.
So for what happened, I'm not sure what would cause her to snap or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that.
You said her drug of choice was coke, and that is a very expensive habit. Um,
Yes, yes, it is.
it's probably, out of any drug, that is the most expensive habit that anyone could have, right? Um,
It's expensive.
yeah. So having these, you know, uh, taking care of the kids, uh, I guess of the evening, um, you know, if she was working at the time? Was she working? I see.
I'm, I'm
I
not
heard
sure
she
where she
had.
was working, but she was.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But, with the job that she had, um, it clearly wasn't going to pay for her habit and, you know, having kids, right? Um, so, I mean, I'm sure that there was maybe financial
The,
troubles, but I think, Billy Joe and her husband, I mean, they made good money, right? They have a great job. Um,
yeah.
did Billy Joe ever did she bail her daughter out of, circumstances a lot? And did you know Billy Joe?
Um, they are close, as in like I'm not sure as in her bailing her out of any situations,
Hmm.
but they are close. So I'm not sure exactly what they actually been through,
Hmm.
but they are close.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Sorry, do you have anything? I see you.
Um, did we already ask about how it come about that Billy Joe got custody of the kids?
No, we did not ask that.
Okay. So what do you know about that whole situation? How
I don't
Did
know much.
what started the ball rolling with Billy Joe getting custody?
Um, I'm not sure if it was her drug problem at the time or if it was with uh her almost getting locked up or getting locked up or something like that. I'm not sure if that had anything to do with it, but it was about that time everything was happening.
Well, so it was what, in March? Is that right?
It would have had to be last year sometime. Or the year before that, no? Yeah, it had to be last year, I think.
That okay. Um, so Billy Joe taking over or getting custody is not anything that's just happened recently.
Should be on the
No,
should be on the
she's
bottom.
had custody
It should be.
for a year, if not more.
Okay. Hmm. Has Leilani paid child support during that time?
Guys, right here, I think could be even part of a motive. 2 days before Quentin, this happened to Quentin, Leilani was ordered to pay child support. So this could be even a motive. I'm not saying this is what happened. This is the reason why it happened. I'm not saying that, but it definitely, she could definitely be have been resentful.
I do not know that.
Okay.
Because there's really like real recent papers with court ordered child support on it.
Yeah, and I guess she never went, so she threw that out. And then she received the papers or something to start paying child support. I think it was either 2 days or a day before Quentin went missing.
Could you say that again?
She received papers or something to start paying child support, and she received it. I think two 2 days or a day before Quentin went missing.
Was it papers just for Quentin?
No, it was for I think uh Zayne and Quentin for the child support.
Hmm.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Could do you think she could have hurt Quentin because of the child support?
I don't know. I mean, I've never really known her to be an aggressive person, so
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say no on that.
Okay. Okay. Pardon me. Um, where does she stay when she's not with her mom? Do you know?
The what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you didn't hear me. Where does she stay when she's not with her mom?
Oh, I don't know. She said that she don't have many friends now, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Um, there's been rumor that and speculation that she had put like cough syrup or something to make the kids sleepy in the bottle. Have you ever heard of anything like that she's done?
No, that actually came to me whenever I seen it on one of the Facebook groups.
Mm. So you've never known her to do anything like that?
No,
Okay. Okay. Did you know the babysitter that was taking care of the kids?
no, I did not.
Okay. Okay. And how often would you and Leilani speak? Either text or call or
Um, sometimes it was through text, sometimes it was on the phone. We used to talk all the time before I came up here to New York. And then she was going through something, so she kind of just didn't talk to no one.
What was
And
the time period? When did that happen?
oh, I've been up here for um, I've been up here for 2 months.
I hear
Uh,
geese.
so it had to been at least like 3.5 months ago.
Okay. Um, did she ask? Did she ever ask you for help with the kids, or to like to take Zane from her? Did she ever ask you to come and get Zane?
Um,
Anything?
there was one time last year in May, at the end of
So he is saying that Leilani last year at the end of May was contacted Cody and wanted him to come get the kids. So that's another interesting thing. Why did she, you know, what was the purpose of her wanting to send send Zane to Cody? Just a thought.
May sometime.
And she
Uh,
said, "Come."
she called. Yeah, she told me to come get him because something happened. She didn't pay her power, or I don't know. She sent the money to her mom to pay it, or something happened with the money situation, and her power was off.
So is that May of 21 or 22?
That would have been
Was it this year or last year?
last year, so 21.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. You got anything else? I see you.
Um,
Have you ever heard from Child Services or CPS, anything like that? Have they been in contact with you throughout ever?
Yes. Uh, Once the whole case opened up, I heard from them. I think 2 days later, and I've been in contact with him ever since.
You mean the case with Quentin? Since this
Yeah,
happened with Quentin? Okay. Okay.
And you said the baby is in foster care also?
yes, both of them are.
Okay. Did they tell you what happened?
Uh, no. All I know is they took them from her aunt, I'm guessing, uh, put him into protective custody, and then they did the put him into a home and everything. So I'm not sure where they're at or anything right
Right. No, we
now.
don't want to. Yeah. Um. So what was the, like, let me rewind a little bit. When they called you, or when you found out that Quentin was missing, what did you do next? Like, what was the rest of your day like? Did you start making phone calls? Did your phone
I
start blowing up or what?
well, yeah, in a sense, yeah. After okay, so after I found out, I texted my baby mama and asked if Zane was all right.
Hmm.
Uh, and then uh,
You baby
a
mama, you
little bit
mean
later,
Leilani? You text her?
yes, ma'am. Uh,
Okay. Did she
I texted her.
reply?
I never got a reply. No,
Okay.
she didn't, and I actually had to call a.
So on Cody's record, uh, nothing. He doesn't even have a traffic violation. So that's he's got a. It appears he has a very clean record.
Uh, Down there to the police department and had a welfare check done on my son because I wasn't getting a reply.
Very good.
So when all of this was done, when all of this was going on, he tried to get a hold of Leilani and she didn't answer. So um, he had a wellness check done uh, to make sure his son was okay.
Hmm.
It did.
Good for you.
In between me calling the police and later that night to like 11 o'clock that night, my phone, I had people blowing up my phone with screenshots saying Quentin was missing.
Yeah.
Have you talked to her since this has happened?
No,
Not at all. No nothing.
not one bit. I kept texting her. Think I still texted for like 2 days trying to see if Zane was all right, and I still wasn't getting a reply.
Hmm. Okay. Well, any other thing I see you?
Oh, I can't think of anything right now.
Okay.
Um,
We've got another live we have to do pretty soon. So
hmm
10 minutes. So um, Cody, is there anything else that you want to say that you want people to know?
if there's one thing, if you could talk to Leilani right now and tell her anything, what would you say to her?
I guess I would, in a sense, try to figure out what happened. Try to figure out if it was a mistake or what happened.
Mhm.
Because I mean, they're gonna find out, and in a sense, I wouldn't want to be, I guess, shocked about it.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Mm.
so are you're trying to get Zane back, correct?
Yes, I am.
Have you spoke with law enforcement? Don't tell us what they said or anything, but just have you spoke with law enforcement?
Yes,
Okay.
I've had communication with them at least 3 or 4 times already.
Okay, great. One last question. If she did this, which it appears allegedly that she did, uh, what do you think should happen to her doing this to Quentin?
Uh, in a sense, and just being a kid lover that I am, I the only thing I can say is give her the max sentence, whatever it is for whatever they find out. Give her the max sentence.
Okay. All right, Cody. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. We are praying for you and Zane, and um, just hoping that they can find little Quentin to lay him to rest and get justice for this little boy. And we hope Zane is back in your care, that can uh, work things out so that he can be in your care again. So appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. I
No
see. Do you have
problem.
any?
If y'all have think of any more questions, I'll be glad to do another one if you have any new
Thank
questions
you.
or whatnot.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
really appreciate
Hmm.
that. I really do. Thank you
Hmm.
so much.
No problem.
All right. So we'll speak to you soon, Cody. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Cody. Talk to you later.
God bless.
All right.
All right.
You
Bye
have a
bye.
good day.
Bye
All
bye.
right, bye bye.
So that concludes the interview. Now there is a report that's out, and I'm gonna pop it up on screen here. Um, so this is in the juvenile court of stop. Chatham County State Court, and this is for Zane and Sky. And the date is October 14th, 2022. Complaints of an affidavit. Okay, let me just say this. This talks about the children's welfare, um, from even when Leilani was giving birth, drugs in their system, all of that. So it's very thorough. Complaints in an affidavit have been filed in the court indicating the pursuant of OCGA, a bunch of letters, law enforcement removed and above referenced children. Court authorized the removal of the children from the home and the placement of the children in foster care because the children were in imminent danger of abuse, neglect if they remained in the home. That's very powerful wording. The way they they believed that these children were in imminent danger of either abuse, neglect if they remained in the home. Removal of the children from the custodian was and remains necessary, safeguard the children's welfare, uh, continuation of the children in the home and or returning the children in the home would be contrary to the welfare of the children, and removal of the children would be in the best interest of the children because a voluntary kinship, I think that's what it says, it's kind of blurry, uh, voluntary care agreement with relatives became insufficient to ensure the safety and welfare of the children during a child death investigation. This happened in the Summer Wells case. Whenever Summer went missing, what happened? They took the children. The children's sibling, Quentin Simon, uh, date of birth 1/8/21, was reported missing on October 5th, 2022, based upon information obtained in the court of the missing child investigation on October 12th, 2022. Law enforcement notified DFCS and a family. It was proceeded with a child death investigation. The children and the sibling were living in the home with the mother. The uh, young kin father and the maternal grandmother prior to the siblings' disappearance. The mother is a primary subject of the death investigation and other household members as well. That is very important. They are not leaving anyone out in this investigation. They're saying the mother is the primary, um, but other members in the house are being investigated as well as relatives continue to be investigated for protective capacity. The mother is a chronic unrehabilitated substance abuser of Coca Cola and cannabis. She screened positive for and admitted the use of Coca Cola, THC, and at birth of the child Sky. She had continued to screen positive for Coca Cola. The mother has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, for which she has been receiving ongoing mental health treatment. Now, as you can tell, Cody talked about Leilani's Coca Cola addiction, and she had been for at least 2 years. And then he talks about Leilani, mental health, that she may have been diagnosed bipolar, or other things. So those align. The mother has been anxiety disorder, for which she has not been receiving ongoing mental health treatment. So this is a recipe for disaster. If you are having mental health problems and you are self-medicating uh, to feel better, um, then it can be a recipe for disaster. A lot of times, people with uh, anxiety, depression, mental health disorders, they self-medicate with drugs, that kind of thing, and it only makes it worse. Um, when you are not being under the care of a doctor, um, it can go downhill very quickly, just as in the case of Leilani. The maternal grandmother has had a permanent guardianship order as to the child Zayne, pursuant to documents from the juvenile court of Burke County. The maternal grandmother failed to provide adequate supervision for the child Zayne by leaving the child Zayne in the home in the care of the mother. A person the maternal grandmother knew or should have known was unfit to provide proper care while the maternal grandmother traveled out of state. Very powerful there, saying that they left the child Zayne and the other children in the home in the care of the mother, while the maternal grandmother, which is Billy Joe, knowing that she should not have left these kids with her while she was out of state working. The Georgia Department of Human Services, uh, through the Chatham County Department of Family and Children's Services, reasonable efforts to prevent the removal of the children from the home and to make it possible for the children to return. Okay, now let me get the other page here. Bear with me 1 second. Here we go. Uh, Home, including consulting with law enforcement, utilizing a voluntary kinship care agreement during the missing child investigation, attempting to verify the maternal grandmother's claim to permanent guardianship, and the child Zayne and the sibling Quentin confirming with the Cherokee Nation the children do not qualify as Indian children pursuant to the Indian Child Welfare Act, reviewing Child Protective Services history for other countries, I think counties, as well as ongoing family pursuant services case previously provided the mother with substance abuse rehabilitation treatment following the in utero drug exposure. It's very sad, of the child Zayne. So Zayne was in when he was in utero, he was exposed to drugs, providing an update, substance abuse assessment and rehabilitation treatment following the in utero drug exposure of of the child Sky. So Sky was as well, and requesting drug screening of the mother. It is therefore ordered pursuant to OCGA 1511-135A that a protect that to protect the children temporary legal custody of the above referenced children be transferred to the Georgia Department of Human Services through the Chatham County Department of Family and Children's Services pending further order of the court. It is further ordered that the custodian is authorized to obtain physical examination, uh, ordinarily medical care, and such addition medical treatment and care in the opinion of a licensed physician requires prompt treatment for the care of the children. The preliminary protective hearing shall be held on October 17th, which is tomorrow at 11 a.m. By the way, guys, the parties are hereby directed to appear at said hearing. It is so ordered this 14th day of October 2022. Judge, Chatham County Juvenile Court, looks like Thomas L. Cole. So that's a lot. So, tomorrow is she is going to have to show up. Tomorrow is Monday. Will there be an arrest tomorrow? We don't know. Chatham. I say Chatham. I don't know. It's Chatham. Chatham. Um, But regardless, there is an arrest coming soon. There is an arrest coming soon. I think that they are going to try to find little Quentin first before that they make an arrest. Um, they don't want to jump the gun. They probably want to figure out how he uh, he died um, prior to the arrest, so they can charge her the correct way. So she very well could be arrested tomorrow, Jamie. Um, but yes, Mandy, I know a lot of people. We're all ready for them to get, um, for justice to start being served for little Quentin. But we also have to remember that the arrest is the easy part. Um, Convicting and making sure that there can't be appeal after endless appeal um, is super important. They want this case to be lockstep. Everyone be in sync together, doing it right for for Quentin is so important. So anyway, that's that. So, I really want to thank Cody for coming on, doing this interview. He was very gracious. He said if we needed any more questions, to just ask him, he's willing to do it again. Um, Cody has nothing on his report as far as even a traffic ticket. He was a little under the weather yesterday, but still he powered through it, and I appreciate that. I don't know if Cody, is being monetarily supporting his kids or his child or not, Zayne, but I will ask that. I'm just eternally grateful that he spoke to us. We got to know this a little deeper. So, um, well, I mean, could they bring her up on drug charges? Well, they would have to, you know, they would really need to see her with drugs. You know what I mean? Um, they can hold her for 24 hours. But this is the thing. I mean, do the cops really know where she is? I mean, it's very possible that they know. They can't say that they know because you can't just follow someone around in a free country and say that you know where they are. They're going to say, "Well, I don't know where she is," because they don't want to think that they're, following her around. So, Tracy, he's not so much in Zayne's life. He does live out of state, so um, that he's not. So, anywho, but I do appreciate his time. I appreciate you all being here. You could have chosen to be anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here with me, talking about little Quentin and fighting for justice for this little boy who was only 20 months old and his life taken away allegedly by his mother. The one that gave him life took it, which is the most egregious act of murder that could happen. So I appreciate you. If you guys haven't yet, please hit the thumbs up button. It is a great way to uh, get this story known. We need to tell the entire world about little Quentin and that his life mattered and it will matter for a long time to come. So please hit the thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. Shannon, I am praying that this is not another Brian Laundrie case either. She did have a backpack on her when she got in that truck, which is, it makes you think. It makes you think. So, anyway, I appreciate you all. Have a rest of a great Sunday wherever you are. Spend time with your family, eat good food, and enjoy your life. It's very short. We only get so many trips around the sun together. God bless you guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.